2 women with dog in stolen pickup truck.
Northbound 605 here, just north of the 60 freeway. I should correct myself. It's actually
Los Angeles, California. Thursday evening, November 16, 2023. A high-speed chase Thursday evening through downtown Los Angeles before 2 women and a dog abandoned a stolen pickup truck. The Los Angeles Police Department was initially the lead agency in the pursuit, before several California Highway Patrol units joined. The suspects made their way through the Boyle Heights area on Highway 60. The female suspect behind the wheel was able to find gaps in rush hour traffic as she later transitioned onto Highway 605 in the San Gabriel Valley.
Suspect out of the city into LA County's jurisdiction. The sheriff's helicopter overhead here as California Highway Patrol now attempts to get onto the 210 freeway here and try and pull her over. She's now transitioned onto the westbound 210 freeway, heading back towards Pasadena, back towards the metro area where traffic is going to bunch up on her the further west she gets. Side of the 210 freeway, the eastbound side is all jammed up with folks trying to get home on a Thursday night. Westbound traffic is a little bit better, but again, that's going to change once she gets closer to the 710 here. So that red stolen pickup truck with a female driver behind the wheel, unclear whether anybody else is inside the truck with her, but she is continuing to drive very aggressively now over the Gore Point at an exit here. This is going to be Central Avenue. She's getting off of the 210 freeway, off of the freeway, and this will put her potentially onto Central. A left turn now under the 210 freeway, southbound on Shamrock Avenue, under the 210. She's going to dump the vehicle. She's going to dump the vehicle under the 210. She's under the freeway, and the vehicle, is that it? That's not it. That's the other side of the freeway at a snail's pace, and she did not dump the vehicle. She's still in the vehicle, deciding it looks like that she wants to get back on the freeway. This time, she's potentially going to get back onto the eastbound side of the 210 freeway. Colleen, I thought almost for sure she was going to dump the vehicle. You know how often we see that happen. No, we haven't seen any flashing lights in quite a while. Again, LAPD did have a couple of units dedicated to this pursuit. No, we don't know. We really don't know a lot other than the fact that this is a stolen vehicle, but something tells me there's more to it. However, we're still only seeing limited resources dedicated to this pursuit, so we already know that LAPD was fine enough just letting it go, handing it off to the LA County Sheriff's Department, so it wasn't serious enough for LAPD to continue it out of their jurisdiction, but still, we'll see Here comes that CHP unit. Here comes that CHP unit, the first primary unit to join the pursuit here since we have hit the bottom of the hour here, and now she'll have a little bit of pressure coming up from her rear left flank. There is California Highway Patrol with the lights and sirens on, code 3, back in pursuit mode as that unit, ooh, look at that, they've turned the lights off. They've turned the lights off, so this is not a pursuit technically, but they are now following the suspect with the lights and sirens off. No longer code 3, this is now firmly in tracking mode, but they're going to continue to track as to not agitate her further. I think the driving was slowing down to a comfortable speed that they don't want to spook her too much. Right now, if she gets off the freeway, they can safely follow from a distance and eventually execute a felony stop if they can get units into position here. But she has now exited the freeway at Lower Azusa Road, just off of the 605. The sheriff, or the CHP helicopter now providing the light from above. One unit right behind her. They will almost certainly call for backup before they light her up again. But right now, it does look like the driving is slowing down ever so slightly here. The composure still continuing. That was a red light, I think, that she just ran, if I'm not mistaken. We have to re-rack that. It looked like a red light that she ran. That CHP unit made it as well. He actually ran it, I think, unless it had just turned green. I'm really not sure, but it looked like it was red by my eye. And now it looks like maybe she's attempting to get off of Lower Azusa Road in that turn lane. No, she's just using going the wrong way on Lower Azusa Road. So she's just going around this traffic using that median, going the opposite direction over the double yellow lines, where there is now a little bit of traffic ahead of her on Lower Azusa Road. Once again, you see her pushing the pedal to the metal on the oncoming lanes of traffic. That is certainly going to attract the attention of CHP as they try and get more units in position. Yeah, we can't really tell. I mean, it does look like it's not necessarily a work truck. There is some stuff in the back. I saw a spare wheel and maybe some other tools. And now we're going to see some more aggressive tactics by that primary unit. Not too aggressive because there are still lots of other motorists around her, but we are going to see some more pressure applied here, I think, by CHP. So at Night Sun has gone away temporarily. I'm not sure if they're still there, just trying to keep it on her. You know, it's so, by the way, I got to tell you, Colleen, keeping that Night Sun on the suspect vehicle is much easier, or is much harder, I should say, than it looks on television. Controlling that Night Sun is really a skill, and it does take a certain amount of talent to keep that light on a fast-moving truck like this. So you'll occasionally see her dip into the darkness here, but right now they do have the Night Sun on her. Theft just happened this afternoon. We just don't know the answer to those questions. Presumably, law enforcement may have more details than we do. Certainly, it's simple enough to run the plates and find out who the proper owner of the vehicle is and what the situation is. But in any event, you now see two primary units, a primary unit and a secondary unit, I should say, as well as California Highway Patrol's helicopter pursuing from above there. So a very, very precarious situation around all of this other traffic here on the 10 freeway. And again, it's worth reiterating, the further west we go, she will eventually run into a detour, which we are well aware of. Yeah, and it also makes you wonder, you know, this all started in East LA This has turned into basically a joyride, Colleen, to take it all the way out into, out to the 605 and play those games in El Monte, trying to, run from CHP up there on Peck Road, and only to get back on the 10 freeway of all freeways to head back towards downtown. It just tells you that there is no real clear destination in mind here. My money says that she is enjoying her last few miles of freedom here until that truck does indeed run out of gas and she starts to look for an opportunity to either give herself up peacefully or try and dump the vehicle some other way. It certainly is evident that she may look for an opportunity to run, considering that she came to a very long, pregnant pause under that freeway earlier. You got the impression that she was thinking about maybe getting out, dumping the vehicle. I was looking for her to come out on foot on the other side of that overpass, but she just crept along and managed to stay in the vehicle and continued the pursuit. And so, we'll see what's going through her mind. You never know what's going through somebody's mind in a case like this. Are they under the influence? Are there other factors at play here? How desperate is the individual? And of course, the big question. And that could be why she's refusing to pull over here. If she's experienced at this, she may know, if she, in other words, if she's a career criminal, for example, I'm not saying she is, but if she is, then, she knows the drill. She knows what's awaiting her, which could be a night in jail. But then again, it might not even be a night in jail. It may be a few hours in jail, and she could be right back on the street, so she doesn't see the need to pull over right away. She's calculating her risk, and she thinks maybe it's worth taking her chances. Maybe she can get away and avoid the arrest altogether. Already, worth reiterating, LAPD was willing enough to let this go. She tested their... Getting off. We don't know. But look at that. She really just picked up speed there. Get off the freeway now on Mission Road at a high rate of speed. Throw up the real-time speed tracker. We see her at 50 miles per hour. She was going much faster a second ago as she tried to outrun that cop at the intersection. Again, on surface streets as she navigates the LA River here. She's over the river at First Street, the First Street Bridge, heading into downtown LA. Using that shoulder. Yep. Look at this. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's scary because you hear the sirens and you instinctively want to pull over to the right, but she's passing to your right, and so it just increases the risk for more collisions here. Now she's back to their left. They hear the sirens. They're pulling over to the right. You've got 3 units right behind her here, and she is in another major intersection coming up here at First Street. And
the vehicle drove onto surface streets in the El Monte area before entering Highway 10 and returning to downtown Los Angeles. Several California Highway Patrol units were in pursuit of the suspect, with their emergency lights flashing. A chase through downtown Los Angeles ended with 2 women abandoning their pickup truck in the middle of the road and fleeing with a dog. Just before 7 p.m., the driver approached the closed Interstate 10 in downtown Los Angeles and decided to return to local streets. The two women then got out of the truck and took the dog, which was on a leash, with them. Minutes later, an officer confronted the driver when she ran into the middle of stopped traffic at an intersection. The passenger was seen talking on the phone and walking around the area while the dog remained with her. After officers approached her in the parking lot of a fast food restaurant, she tied the dog to a short pole and surrendered without incident.
She's behind another patrol car. Look at that. He doesn't even know. That's an LAPD officer. He doesn't even know. He's not even aware, I don't think. Well, here, look, passenger door, front and rear door popping open. But passenger stepping out of the vehicle, the driver coming out the other side. We're at Central Avenue and Olympic Boulevard. They have lots of backpacks, a dog, another dog involved in this pursuit, and now CHP is probably, look at this, they're running through traffic with the dog. They're running through traffic with those belongings, dumping the vehicle in the middle of Central Avenue, now running for it along Olympic Boulevard at Central, because you know Colleen is going to come into play here as they approach these two individuals. I suspect they probably would have already done it, but now that decision-making is made all the more complicated by that large dog. No, here they come. Here they come. Here come those units, and we will see how this plays out. They're coming up ahead of her. I think they're well aware. I believe my money. Yes, that was the driver. That is the driver behind that truck. Here comes another black and white under the tree here. We vehicle with their guns drawn. No guns. Oh, here's the gun. Okay, weapons out, pointed directly at those suspects, and now we'll try and get a better vantage point underneath this tree. They're running. Running without the dog. Running without the dog. Two officers in foot pursuit through traffic here on Olympic Boulevard, a very busy Olympic Boulevard. A city bus right there, and now she's being taken down to the ground. Look at this. The driver being taken out of the ground by two officers, and we still have to look out for that passenger and the dog as soon as we... Okay, she's detained. Let's go ahead and just tilt up and see if we have any other activity behind that truck. I suspect they may have caught up with him as well. Driver being taken out of the ground by two officers, and we still have to look out for that passenger and the dog as soon as we... Okay, she's detained. Let's go ahead and just tilt up and see if we have any other activity behind that truck. I suspect they may have caught up with him as well. It was right near that tree in front of the truck. I'm not sure if there were enough units to converge there. Only those two patrol cars.